Hey guys, Eric here with Project DIY. You got that tile job coming up and you know what? You're not really sure what tile saw to buy. You go look at the store and there's this kind, there's that kind. I'm gonna show you guys a walkthrough real quick today of the advantages of each one, which one you should get, and how they can be used and how they can benefit you. So stay tuned and we'll get into these, we'll look at them, and hopefully you can learn something through it. All right guys, we have our tile saws here. Let's do a quick walkthrough of each one of them, just see what we got, and then we'll do a cutting demonstration and we'll kind of show you which one is going to be our best bet. So this one here is the one I've used the most and I've had the longest. I've done a ton of tile jobs with it. I mean, it's got your basic guideline here that you can move. To be honest, I don't like using this that much, just for the mere fact that if it's not perfect, it gets your saw in a bind and it'll stop the blade on it. So, but it does come with it. I have used it, I just don't use it a ton. But I mean, it opens up here. This is a wet saw, so you have to have electric. You gotta have a plug. And obviously, there's a hole there. There's your plug for your, hold your water in. There's where you dump your water. You want your water to at least be up here so your blade can catch it and fling it up. All right, next one we got here. I just got this one. It's pretty much the same thing, except obviously you can see your blade is up here on the top side, as opposed to on that one is actually down in the saw. And this one here, what makes it nice is you get this tray and it gives it a nice square backing right here. Everything sits all along that right there, and then you just find your mark wherever your mark is and you just push it through to your cut. All right, and then our third one we have here is, oh, let me go back to this. Also, this one here, you have to have water because it's a wet saw. Here's your pump. It's gonna pump the water up here to your saw so everything stays nice and wet. And then obviously there's your plug for the water to stay in. So these two, the first two I showed you, they have to have water and they have to have electric. This one here, nice thing about this, you do not have to have any water and you do not have to have any electric. I can't tell you how many times I've gone and done some different jobs and there'll be one outlet in the whole entire house, and of course it's not in the bathroom or the kitchen. Wherever I'm doing it, it's always somewhere else, and you got to run 100 foot of electric cord just to get there. So this right here is a huge advantage. Another thing with the water, there's been many jobs I've had to take my own water to the job and try. These here you got to clean out every time when you get done, because if you don't, I mean, this one here's a little dirty, but that's just the residue from things. I mean, I clean it out every time I use it, because if you don't, it'll get gunked up and then it's gonna be no good. This one here, zero cleanup. You cut it, you might have a few shavings from where the tile is broken stuff, but other than that, you're not gonna have anything. So this one here for setup, obviously too, I set it down, I loosen this thing here, push it out, get it out of my way. All right, I'm set up, I'm ready to cut. These two here, it's nice they have the stands with them, but you gotta set the stands up. I gotta put this in, then I gotta bring and carry this over and set it on it. Then I gotta run a cord or something for this to plug into. Gotta put my plug in here, then I gotta go get water, carry it in, fill this up, and then you're ready to go. So this one here is probably gonna take 5-10 minutes to set up. Same thing with this one here. But this one here, you're set up in like 30 seconds. I mean, it's a breeze. So let's get into these. We'll make a few cuts and we'll see which one saves us the most time. All right, with this Cobalt saw, here's what I usually like to do. Like I said, I don't usually use the guard, but either way, you gotta have a measurement. I have just an old tile here. What I'm gonna do is just make a 6-inch cut, which is, these are 12-inch, so we're just gonna cut it right down the middle. So what I normally do is just pull my tape out, mark my 6 inches, and then I take this big square and I'll go down here and then I'll mark the whole thing, and then that way as I'm pushing it through I can follow that line. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna start a stopwatch on my phone. That way we can time each one of these and we'll see how long it takes. I'm just gonna do them a regular speed. I'm not gonna go fast, I'm not gonna go slow. I'm just gonna do just a normal speed, and we'll see how much difference of time that each one of these saws makes. And I think you're gonna see a big difference. All right, now let's go over here to our next saw. We're gonna make our same 6-inch cut that we did on the last one, except this one, you wanna make your measurement up here because you're gonna have your guide back here and you're pushing it so you can move it left and right like this, wherever your mark is, and then just hold it flush against your the stop back here. That way when you push it through, it doesn't move on you. So once again, we'll do another stopwatch here and we'll see how much time this one takes. Alright, that was 44.39, and actually, I mean, the beginning and end, so I mean, I could have done it quicker than that. I probably could have sawed a little bit quicker, so I probably could have done that in about 30 seconds, roundabouts. But anyway, still, much quicker than the last one. Alright, now for the final cut with this thing here. We'll start our watch here in just a second, and we'll see how long this takes. We're just going to do the regular 6-inch cut like I did on the other ones. All right, there we go, 32 seconds, and actually lapsed, it says second half, so easily 30 seconds or under. And another thing, I mean, these things are, I mean, that's the cut edge. These things cut it. There's no breakage, there's no nothing. Everything is just like, almost like factory. I've had some of them, actually, where I cut some tile and the cut was so clean, I didn't know which one was factory and which one wasn't. This one here is by far the quickest and easiest, and now don't get me wrong, you can't make every cut with this one. So you still have to have the other ones. The other wet saws are great for different cuts and other different scenarios. But all in all, when you're just doing main cuts, this right here is gonna save you a ton of time. So guys, hopefully this answered a few questions if you're trying to figure out, well, which saw should I buy? Which one's the best? Which one's the quickest? Cheap wise too, I mean, this one isn't really any more expensive depending on the brand you buy. It's no more expensive than the ones you're going to buy that's the big wet saws over there either. So hopefully this video has been helpful. If you would, give us a subscription, give us some likes, and you can get that saw you need to get that project done. Thanks guys.